Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 29th. We're just going to jump right in here, Sag, and see what is going on for you. You have this card that says, any day now. It says, today, tomorrow, or the next. Manifest instant positive vibrations. Conditions are for growth are optimal. You have this tricky time card. It says, an uncomfortable, messy situation. A sly approach is necessary. So let's see. Before I open my mouth, let's see where this is going. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Three of Swords. I would be careful of a person who has kept you waiting. So, I don't think we should necessarily wait for anyone. Of course, I think we have to be patient, with people, that we're dating. It's like if you expect to be with a person and then you expect them to propose to you tomorrow, obviously that's ridiculous. But what I would say here is, again, I feel like maybe you have a history or you have experienced a person in the very recent past who just kept you on the hook. It's like they were always keeping you waiting, never, like I feel like you were always giving to the situation and they were never giving to you. It's kind of funny because you're not the only person that has had a message like this. Again, as I've said to other people, it's sunk cost fallacy. I've seen it happen. I've done it as well in a relationship. And finally one day I woke up and snapped out of it and I was like, wait, what the hell am I doing? But what I would say is, it's like, when we are in a connection where we're always giving to the other person, it's like, I think basically it tricks our brain because, it's like scientifically proven. If you give to something, you automatically value it more than something that you haven't given anything to. So, for some of you, it's like maybe you were in a connection here where you were giving, and it just didn't go anywhere, and you didn't get anything for it. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles can be stingy. Knight of Pentacles can be a situation where you don't get anything from it. I also feel this could be in work, so take it how it resonates. But, for some of you, it's like maybe, I feel like you do what you're supposed to be doing, but it's like you're not making more money, or you're not seeing the growth that you would normally expect to see. And, this is a challenge. I feel like this has been a challenge for you recently. You have the Seven of Swords. So again, lying, cheating, stealing. I feel like some of you could feel lied to, cheated, or stolen from by a person. The other thing is that for some of you, I feel like you were with a person who maybe you are thinking they cheated, but I don't think maybe they didn't. It's like sometimes when someone's stingy or they hold back or they don't fully invest, we kind of start coming up with stories. So whether it's true or not doesn't matter. But I feel like this person stole your time, or kind of stole your effort. So it's like they did steal something from you. I feel like they stole your energy. But at the same time, I feel like you don't even know. Like some of you, maybe you don't know what's true, what's not, what's whatever with a person that you've walked away from. You have the Three of Swords. Here's the heartbreak, the sadness. Wouldn't even worry about it. You go to the moon, to the sun, right here, which is amazing. This reading is literally saying you're going from a moon period into a sun period. Even when we go this way, you're going from a moon period to a sun period. The Sun and the Ace of Wands both represent inspiration, and we're in a time of inspiration, and also the Ace of Wands represents out with the old, in with the new. So you're clearly ending up or heading towards a situation that is going to invest in you. And again, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a job where the boss actually cares, or it could be a business where you put energy in, you get energy out, you actually get what you put into it. So I kind of see that. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success, and so I feel that there could be quick success coming in for you. I'm hearing too late. Those are the words that are popping into my head. So if there's a person that is trying to come back from the past, especially if it was someone who is stingy, it's like now they want to do all these things, right? Could have been a Capricorn. You have this Capricorn card coming up next, and I feel like this is saying too late if they're communicating. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Hangman. Again, stuck person, stuck energy. It's like this person, I feel like this could be a person who, it's like they do things that they don't want done to them, to other people, and that's why they do it. It's like very backwards thinking type of person is what I'm getting here intuitively, and I feel like this person just kept you stuck, so I feel like you're moving forward. Same thing with a job or a business. It's like I had a boss years ago who, thought he was God's gift to every single person that worked for him. And it's like, it was a business where we got paid on with tips as well. And, so this boss always used to brag about how not only did he pay us minimum wage, but we also got tips and how we should be so freaking grateful. It's like, okay, that's great, but you still suck as a boss. You're still not a great person. It's like, and he thought he was like, it's like he thought everything was so amazing. And it's like people would have money issues and stuff like that. And he'd be like, how how do these people have money issues? Just like constantly judging people and everything like that. And it's like, okay, minimum wage and plus also like the few dollars in tips is like still not enough to survive on, right? And so it's like he couldn't he used to get pissed off when people would go get a second job or, just so they could freaking support themselves. It's like not everybody's making like millions of dollars like you, dude. So, I feel like some of you could have experienced something like that. Maybe not exactly like that, but, it could be a boss who just like kept you stuck or, thought they were God's gift to you. And I feel that. With the Three of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I mean, could be a third party situation, but I kind of feel like you're now focusing on one cup. It's like, you're like, no, I'm going to find my dream situation, whatever that may be for you. Next, you have this. How crazy is this? You have this day and night card. It says there's currently disharmony due to existing differences in some matter. Moon, sun, night, day, night, whatever you want to call it. So like literally exactly what's showing up in your reading here. And if it wants to focus, which it doesn't, you have this card that says Capricornus. It says challenges. It will not be an easy path, but if you build discipline, you will achieve your goal. Yeah, I mean, that's like the name of the game for the rest of our lives is discipline. I think we have to be very disciplined at this time to be successful. And again, I wouldn't work harder, or I wouldn't even think, how can I work harder on the things that I'm working on? I would think smarter. I think we're entering into a time of co-creation, as I say to everybody. And, I feel like we need to think like, how can I create win-win situations? And again, so if you have jerky bosses, right, for example, that is not a win-win for anyone, and that is not going to work. But what I would say is like win-win situations is what I would be thinking about here. You have the Seven of Cups, the Moon, and the Ace of Cups. It's like there's some sort of blessing that wants to come in here. Seven of Cups. He's normally looking at those 7 cups and he's like, seeing good things and bad things in those cups. But Seven of Cups is about having a choice. He can choose to just pick one of those cups, which we see right here, and he can manifest it on Earth. So I feel like your job is to pick something. And again, I think this right here is a sign of the times. And again, I say I think because I can't really prove it, but just intuitively, I feel that we are in this time where it's like, yes, where we all have dreams, we all have things that we want to manifest. And it's like, yes, good things or bad things could happen. But you're not going to know until you put it, bring something down to earth. So I really feel that the Seven of Cups in these readings is talking about, manifesting something in reality. You have the Moon. Sometimes I feel with the Moon, all we have to do is bring something down to earth. The Moon is a dream or very dreamy energy, but the Moon kind of like says, you have to bring something down. You have to kind of go through the process. I always say that the Moon, it doesn't say stop anywhere on the Moon card. It basically says see something through all the way to the end and make it happen. Whatever it is that you're doing. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about kind of like bringing something down to earth and, kind of facing some fears. And that might be the challenge. Like there might be a fear in starting a business. There might be a fear in getting into a relationship for you. And this is kind of like saying feel the fear and do it anyway, because that's what's going to bring in fulfillment. I mean, literally this right here is amazing. Going Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a major change in your destiny, but, I think that the Wheel of Fortune is something we have to do ourselves. People always leave me comments. They're like, you said my destiny was going to change and nothing happened. I'm like, yeah, nothing just happens in life. Like, get that through your thick head, number one. Number two, Wheel of Fortune, we have to take control of the wheel, and we'll talk about that. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Swords. I really feel like this is saying don't let go of a dream. Ten of Swords is something being dead, done, over with, but number one, this could be a blessing. Traditionally, the guy on the Ten of Swords is making a symbol with his hands that represents a blessing. It's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card. And so, after this difficult ending, if this was a person or a job, there could be a blessing coming in for you. But I also feel like this is saying don't give up on something you're dreaming about. With the Moon, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands twice. Yes, I feel like you need to create what is inspiring you at this time. Because, again, as I've said to other people, a lot of people have had this message this week, by the way, of like really, really working on inspirations. It's probably the best thing we could do right now. With the Ace of Cups, you have, are you kidding? You have the Hierophant, exactly what I was saying. So, blessings coming in for you after a difficult period of time. But I also feel, I do get this energy of like needing to not give up. Especially if you have something that you've been thinking about creating in the world. It could be literally a business. It could just be a piece of art. It could be a YouTube video. Whatever you want to create, it doesn't matter. It could be a deck in your backyard. I don't care. Whatever it is, I would do it because, I feel like it's going to bring a lot of blessings and just a lot of good things into your life with the Hierophant, for sure. Next, you have this, in the area of the unexpected, you have this unexpected income card, and you have this mature woman card as well. I feel like you are maturing. Doesn't matter what gender you are either. I feel like you are just kind of like maturing in a lot of ways. I also feel you are increasing your finances, especially for those of you that are hoping to manifest more money. You have that card that says conditions for growth are optimal, and you have the sun. The sun is all about growth. So, I feel now is the time to nurture something into existence. I do believe sometimes that, certain times are just more fertile than others. And I do feel you are entering into a fertile time where it's like your ideas have more of an opportunity to take off right now than maybe another time, right? So it just could be a very good time for you, for your ideas and for the things that you're planning. So I would get moving here, Sag. You have the sun, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands here. A lot of happiness, kind of crazy. A lot of people have had cards of happiness or have had the sun this week. So, there could be a lot of things that are making you happy at this time, or you could be increasing your happiness in some way. I also feel that you need to move towards the sun. The sun, I feel sometimes that the sun shines a light on things in our life. Like it's something that's trying to get our attention. And again, we'll talk about this in a minute, but the Ace of Wands also is something that tries to get our attention. You have the Eight of Cups. Amazing time to clean it up right now is what I'm getting. Eight of Cups can represent walking away from things that no longer serve you, but that could be anything. Could be, things that interrupt your health. Could be things that interrupt your sleep, or people or places or things. And we just had that new moon in Taurus, which, that new moon in Taurus was really about kind of cleaning it up and, getting rid of things that no longer serve us. So it's like when we clean up our lives, and, that allows for more inspirations to come in. That allows for more opportunities to come in. So definitely seems like a time where you could be doing that. The Ace of Wands is, again, out with the old in with the new, so I feel like there are new opportunities coming in for you, but again, we are in a time of inspirations, and we need to follow those inspirations. Most of the things that we could be inspired to do might not make sense right now. That's like Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is like, take your wildest dream, multiply it by 1,000, and that's like Neptune and Pisces. It's like some sort of impossible dream, but our job is to work on it anyway, and it doesn't mean that we're going to accomplish an impossible dream. But again, if you have a goal to make $1 million and the impossible dream is $1 billion and you make 10 million, are you going to be disappointed? No. So, get working. With that sun, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords could be a new person. I definitely feel that there's something here about a person entering into your life. And, I feel like someone could have their eye on you. Could be you that has your eye on a person. And, again, I feel like it's someone who will make you very happy if you want love. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups twice. Look at this. You have the Ace of Cups twice going this way towards the King of Wands. So you could be attracting another fire sign, or just a very fiery person. Someone who causes your emotions to overflow. Definitely like a very happy energy that I get from this reading. So I feel like it could be something that brings in a lot of happiness, joy, just good stuff. So, and Hierophant is marriage. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're entering into situations that are much more worth it. I would say that, I've been saying since like 2020 that the answer to the rest of your life is the Justice card. I say it to everyone because the universe really wants us to become more efficient right now, and especially based off the astrology. It's like, everything you do, I would be looking at all the things you put your energy into and say, like, cause and effect. Am I getting what I put into the situation out? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, stop, or, make a change. That is what we should be doing right now. Next, you have this moon card. It says cycles, changes. You have this old woman card. It says sadness, female on it. This is showing up in the good stuff. So this is going to be good no matter what. And you could be coming out of a period of sadness. Doesn't matter what gender you are. And I also feel like you're taking control of cycles. It's kind of funny. I see like certain cycles where maybe you start and stop. Like maybe you start to improve your health and then you stop. Maybe you start to create a daily routine and you stop and then you start. And again, I feel like that whole, it's almost like you're sticking to something. It's almost like you're deciding to make sure that you don't fall off the wagon. It's almost like you're deciding to make sure that you see something all the way through to the end, that you don't just like start something and stop it. So I kind of like that. You have the King of Wands, the Chariot, and the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely a change in your fortunes. The Chariot is a victory, so I feel like you could be feeling like you're winning this week, especially by the end of the week, I'm getting. So, it might be one of those things that where the start of the week is a little bit slow, but then it speeds up over the week and you're feeling like a winner by the end of the week. I definitely feel some sort of victory with the Chariot. I feel like a certain sense of clarity between the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. Again, the Wheel of Fortune is your destiny, but it's like your destiny how you see it. It's the things that you see yourself creating in your life, and it's like you're taking control of your destiny. I also feel like you're much more clear on like what you need to do. I always say with the Wheel of Fortune, there are a few things we can do. We can use our vibrations to control the Wheel of Fortune, so you thinking more positively and all that other good stuff. We can also educate ourselves. Normally, there's Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo all around the card, the 4 signs, the fixed signs, and they all have a book normally in their hand, so it could represent education. The other thing we can do with the Wheel of Fortune is just simply pay attention to cycles. We want to be at the center of the wheel here. Normally, most people live their lives on the outside of the wheel, where it's like things are happening. They're just like, oh my God, I can't believe things happen in life, right? So that's like most people, right? If we're at the center of the wheel, it's like we pay attention to the cycles in life, and when we do that, then we take control of our destiny, and that's like what you could be doing here. You have the King of Wands. I just feel this is you. I feel like you're just showing up in a very strong position. This puts you in a position of power and strength, and really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So let's see what is going on here. With the King of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare, but again, this is coming up in the good stuff. So if it wants to focus, I feel like you are kind of like ending some sort of nightmare, or you could be ending something that has been controlling you for a long time, and I definitely feel that. With the Chariot, you have the Six of Pentacles here. I'm not surprised to see the Six of Pentacles. It's funny that I was saying the answer to the next 20 years is like justice. And Six of Pentacles is very similar. We need to plant seeds in a direction in our life and then just see what grows and see what doesn't. So, it's really important that we like pay attention to the things that are working. And, I'm a big fan of experimentation right now, literally working on my new channel all about it, because that's how important it is. I feel that we, kind of like experiment our way forward. We work with new ideas, new things. We put in the energy, we see what works, we see what doesn't, and then we go from there. And this is for everything: health, wealth, happiness, relationships, the big 4, everything that you want in life. It's like in all those areas of life, we should be trying new things, seeing what works, and then getting rid of the rest. With the Wheel of Fortune, yes, I knew it. Knight of Cups. I knew this last row would have something about love, so definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. Again, fire really stands out to me. This would be a water sign, but I'm not so sure that it's a water sign. But it could be. Take it how it resonates. I think it's a fire sign, or someone who has a lot of fire in their chart. But pretty good reading here, Sag. We're going to see what's going on for you here, and that'll be that. You have this bear. It says dangers, especially in money matters. I feel like you're improving your finances. Again, I keep telling everyone we're going to see a ton of more banks collapse. We're going to see more financial collapses. It's just like, it is what it is. A sign of the times. It's funny that regardless of where you land politically, I don't care, because I think they should all be in jail. But what I would say is it's funny that they're trying to pass the debt ceiling or whatever. It's like, if you or I were, $14 trillion in debt, they would throw us in jail. So, again, to me, it's like there is no way they will ever be able to pay it off. I think that's what people need to realize. The financial system has collapsed. It's a joke at this point. They're a bunch of clowns, right? So, but for us, I would pay attention to your finances. Make sure you're not spending like crazy. I think that money stuff could be a little bit rocky over the next like 10 years or so, specifically between now and 2027. I think we're going to see a lot of financial chaos, more than what we're seeing right now. I wouldn't be worried about it, wouldn't be paranoid about it. I would just, pay attention to it. You have this rooster card. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Past person. I would definitely be careful of a past person. You have this ear card. It says good news. I do feel like there is good news coming in for you. You have that unexpected income card, and so with the Ace of Wands in that same row. So that could be like a new job, a new position, a new opportunity, something like that. So, there you go. You have this love card. Yes, there was a little bit of love in this reading. I do feel it's like, is it at the front of your mind? I would say no. I think it's more maybe back to the middle of your head, that you're thinking about love. It's like kind of there, kind of not. And, So if it shows up, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You have this woman card. I always clarify these people cards. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. Could be any gender. You have this handshake card. It says a meeting with a stranger could be important. So again, if you meet a new person, why is this important? You have this owl. Good advice from a wise person right here. I wanted to see why it was important. So, cards like that always remind me, like if you need an expert to solve a problem, if you have a health issue, go to a doctor. If you have a legal issue, go to a lawyer, like stuff like that. So it could be a person that is able to help you. I also get something here. Where was I seeing it? Because I thought you had a swords card here somewhere. Am I making this up here for you? I thought you had Page of Swords is where I was going with that. I feel like deep research could be very helpful for you. So if you're trying to grow a business or something, I really feel you need to not give up. Some of you, I feel like, are a little bit disappointed in your business, or you're feeling let down or something like that. And I feel like this is saying, just keep going. You're very close. You're not, it's like if things aren't growing as quickly as you want, this is not a bad thing. I'll tell you a story here, Sagittarius. I think it's important for somebody out there, by the way. It's like my channel, this channel was stuck at between 34 and 40,000. I kept losing subscribers as well. And, my channel was stuck for years. And, and I was like, I'm doing more work than everyone else. I'm doing all these things. Why am I not growing? But it's maybe it just wasn't the right time, right? And I know that's hard to hear. I didn't want to hear it, but it's literally all of a sudden my channel exploded. And, when I grew it, but there were also things that I started doing that I wasn't doing. I wasn't experimenting, which we talked about in this reading. I wasn't trying new things. And it's once I started trying new things, once I started experimenting and paying attention to what was working, I started doubling down on the things that worked on the channel. I got rid of the rest. It's once I did that, my channel exploded. So, in business or work specifically, I just feel that some of you are disappointed in results, or you're not getting the results you want. And I think there are just things that you're not doing. And it's, again, not a criticism. I feel like you just have to learn how to experiment, try new things, and then you'll be more successful. But this looks really good here. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.